Have you ever seen a UFO where one of their inhabitants is wearing a Hawaiian shirt or any colors at all? No. All the reports of the sightings or crashes or everything, and I've never seen any of the crash. I've never seen one in live, but all of them report that they only have shades of silver all the way to black, or contrast black and white colors. Okay, now that fits in very nicely with this picture right here. If you could see at night, okay, because you had big, very big, large, dark eyes, okay, and this was made at night, and you're looking straight down on it from 2,000 feet up. What you see is a contrast between light and dark. That, or as I, let me put it this way, shadows. Okay? They see in shadows. That is why all the stones in Europe, excuse me, in England that are called the standing stones, they all cast shadows in black and white and in contrast. Now this may seem far-fetched to a lot of you out there, but I am going to solve this mystery from StoneHenge, and it may sound very strange, but it's the truth. Well, let's see if we can get a good picture over here. You can see here's another picture of the StoneHenge from, it only makes sense because it's my camera is directly above it. You could say 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet. It makes no sense from looking at this from a human point of view on the ground when it was made, and they did not have manned flight. All right, does that make sense? So whoever made this, whoever made all of these, was looking at them from above, looking down. That's just a simple fact. Call it physics if you'd like. Let's see if I can find something else. What we need to do is find out the complete structure, and I know it had a spire here in the middle that went up, just like a sun glass or a hourglass. But what they would see it is at night, not during the day, because they don't come from a place with a lot of light. It shows that in their message. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find the message. Well, that's the message right there. That's the binary computer message that was sent all those years ago. We can see here all these planets. I'll just use it for an example. All of these planets are just balls in space. How would you go from point A to point B without seeing the other planet? And if you can do it instantaneously, there is no time in the aether field. That means once you punch in those coordinates, it's like being on a computer screen. You go from point 001 to point 002,000 instantaneously. And you can go back the same way. Or you can go down or up or anywhere you want to go. The thing is, you have to know where you're going. They can actually travel anywhere in physical space. But when you're going from long distances, doesn't that make sense? That suppose you're going to take an airliner to Japan, that the airliner knows the closest route from point A to point B. An airliner does not just pop off the runway and say, okay, well, I think Japan's in the east, let's try that way. No, they don't. They have a direction, they know where they want to go, and they know how they want to do it. But they use things on a planetary scale, not interplanetary, like we do with our world. They go from worlds, world to world. And I imagine there is a lot of these StoneHenges in other places. And they use it the same way. What the StoneHenge shows them is where they are on the planet, on the actual circular planet in space, and allows them to go from point A to point B safely. Let's say that this is Earth and this is, say it's the moon, okay? What they would do is hover over this, and they would know approximately when they could jump from, let's say it this way, okay? Let's say that this is Earth, this is the moon, and this right here is Mars. I'll show you how this works. They would hover over this and see where the shadows come from the sun on their markings, because it's 360 degrees, right? What they're trying to do is find out where there's an exact clear path between Earth all the way over to Mars with no interruptions, no big bodies like the moon in between. Now I'm using the moon on a smaller scale, but think about billions of planets. It's the same thing. They can go from here to the end of the universe in one jump, instantaneously, but they cannot go through a solid object. That is what this is for. It shows them physically where they are in space, with the sun being their guide in this instance, and where the sun's shadow shows on this fixed spot on Earth, they can determine if the conduit or if the moon is out of the way so they can get to Mars, or if all of our planets are out of the way and they could get to Alpha Centauri or planet of the Amazon women. Now, if they ever find a place like that, you can sign me up.